Hello, this is my scholarship system, and my name is Ali Asham. The main goal of this project is to design a system for managing scholarship applications. The overall app contains 3 forms which completes the scholarship process in a college. It starts off with a student scholarship application form. This is what the student will do. Then the eligible form, which is from the registrar's office, and then the awardee page, which shows the final list. At first, the student submits the form by filling the mandatory fields to check whether they are eligible for a scholarship. Then the registrar's office will check the details to decide whether the student is eligible or not for the scholarship. Finally, a committee member will look at all the eligible students and send out emails. It was pretty tough to choose the front end and back end tech for my application. I'd gone through a lot of videos and a bunch of different materials to choose from. For the database, I opted for MySQL as a backend language because it's reliable and robust. For frontend, I went with PHP with HTML to design the forms and pages. PHP was pretty easy to use, and it's also embedded with HTML code. During part 1 and part 2, the project seemed pretty easy to design. Then, the real challenge came when I started the project in part 3. The UI was pretty easy in screenshots, but it took a lot of effort to design the projects and all the pages. Next, I would like to explain the HTML and PHP code for my student form. First, I created a connection file to establish the connection with client and server end. The name of the file is connection.php. I also used a combination of HTML and PHP code to design the form using Sublime Text Editor. I created the form with various HTML tags. I also created separate style sheet to give an immense look to the web pages. I'd also make sure to maintain a consistent layout, color scheme, and navigation structure across all the UIs so it wouldn't be confusing and look much better. Now, to create the whole application, I've used a software named XAMPP, which is a third-party software. Using this was very easy to run PHP and MySQL together. I'd like to highlight that PHP can easily handle the form submission, validate the input, and generate custom responses. For the first form, I made sure that all the fields mentioned in the project description are populated to be filled from the student end. Also, validation has been added so that mandatory fields have to be filled. Once the student clicks on submit, the data will then get inserted in the database tables called students. So if we go in here, we can put any student number, fill this all out, press submit. It won't let you continue unless you check the box. Or if you're missing anything here, that's how you fill it out. So we submit that, and we go on to the next. Once the student has submitted the form, here comes the second form. One of the people from the registrar's office will go to the second page, which is the eligibility form, where mandatory details are fetched from the table students and displayed on the page. Based on the criteria of the GPA and the credit hour and age, the office will then decide whether the student is eligible or not eligible, and details are submitted in the database table called application status. Emails are then sent to non-eligible students on the click of the submit. So if we go to the number, it'll tell you GPA, age, and the number of hours. Press submit, and it'll send it. Here I created a dynamic field age based on date of birth and date of form submission using calculate age function. Then we go here where the committee member will fetch all the details from the awardee form, and based on this, it'll tell you who is eligible and who's not. And if I go ahead and refresh this, it'll show the new one that we just put in now, and it shows that he's eligible. So after this, we send out emails, and everything will then go into all the database.